Hey, welcome to Texas Football Talk. I'm your host, 𝗟𝗓𝗏𝗘. In this special edition, I'm with 2023 commit outside linebacker from North Crowley, Texas. Well, Crowley, Texas, North Crowley High School, 𝗟𝗏e Burrell. How you doing, 𝗟𝗏e?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's awesome to get you on the show. We did have Trevor Gooseby a week ago come on the show. We're really excited about this 23 class. And we're at 18 right now, 11 on offense, 7 on defense. And you were one of the first ones to commit. You committed on April 2nd, the third guy, following Jamel Johnson and Dylan Spencer.
Yes.
What made you commit to this class so soon? What brought you to Austin? And then what's your reaction to how this class has progressed over the last couple of months?
I said what brought me to Austin is really the atmosphere. I believe I could get developed by the staff, and I do believe Texas could be great. I think it takes a lot of guys to believe in that, and we're on pace building that class. We have a lot of guys that's buying in, and I think we'll be good.
Yeah, like 11 recruits in 1 week, 4 offensive linemen in 1 day. Twitter exploded.
Yes, sir.
So linebackers a position of need. At the University of Texas, defense is the side of the ball that you don't hear a whole lot of coming into this season. So the focus is really on defense and really that front seven, bringing in quality defensive linemen, linebackers like yourself. In your opinion, what is the most important trait that a linebacker has to have?
I say instincts for sure, and really big. At the linebacker position now, you have to be able to move like a DB, but be able to be in the trenches, be with the O-line, and be in the box.
100%. So we got an opportunity to talk to Derek Johnson, again, a 13-year NFL vet, and he said the same thing, is linebackers can't be 245 pounds anymore. Yeah. They have to be able to be stout in the run game and have to be able to cover tight ends and slots,
Yes.
jumbo tight ends, and be very versatile. So I think you agree with that assessment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So I got a chance to watch your highlight film, and folks that view our show know that me and my brother who hosts the show with me played at DeSoto from 91 to 95, him from 93 to 97. And so when I saw that DE in the middle of the football field, it kind of brought back some memories. But at the same time, one of your highlights was there's a young man on DeSoto that everybody knows who's watching this show, Jonte Cook. Catches a sideline route, starts turning the ball upfield, and tries to give you a good move, to get back in the middle of the field and try to score. Because last year he caught the ball 38 times and put it in the end zone 19, pretty good percentage. But he wasn't able to do that to you.
No.
Your recollection of that play?
So he caught, I think it was a curl route. He caught the curl, made the corner miss, was a little free down the sideline for 10 yards, tried to cut back in. I came from the side, fumble, and I didn't even know he fumbled. I kind of got up, was like kind of shocked, just sitting there. So then once we seen fumble, everybody was saying it. Everybody got hyped.
Yeah, that's our guy. That's our guy. So being on the other sideline from him, how would you assess Jonte's game? Again, he's darn near on that 5-star level at this point. Coming in with a guy like Arch, that's a dynamic duo that you got in your class so far at the quarterback position and wide receiver position. Your assessment of Jonte?
Jonte, he's very competitive, and no matter what the score is or how they're doing, he's going to let it be known that he could play. He's going to make an impact. And coming to Texas, you're going to see it a lot, no matter what. On the field, off the field, he's a really chill person, and he loved the game. He's going to put his all into it.
Love that kid. So we got a chance to talk to him at a 7-on-7 tournament they had up in Prosper. This was a year ago when him and Evan Stewart were still playing for Flex. 7-on-7, and yeah, just the competitive nature that him and Evan Stewart had back then, and showed itself again this weekend this week in that video they produced with Marching Hooks. Yeah, he's good for that. He's really good for that. For letting you know how good he is. But again, you got to back that stuff up on the football field, just like you do the same thing. Number 15 shows on film in every facet of the game, in coverage, like I say, getting downfield, sideline to sideline. As long as your defensive line will keep you free, you would make every stop on the football field. And I kind of see the same thing in linebacker and Anthony Hill.
Yes.
Denton Ryan will run 5 down linemen, 5 defensive linemen, take care of all the offensive linemen, and let him go one-on-one with the entire team. They like to lock people up and let him do. So kind of moving over to talking about Anthony Hill and Darian Gillette and Braylon Shelby and all these front seven guys, Hunter Osborne, a kid out of Alabama, former teammate of Justice Finkley. Who are you currently trying to get in this class? Again, we got 11 on offense, 7 on defense. See some of those guys coming our way in the next couple of months. Who are you actively recruiting? Who do you have relationships with?
I'm trying to get all of them. I talk to all of them consistently, especially Ant Hill, Darian Gillette, and Braylon Shelby. I talk to them the most. Okay. Just with the linebacker core with us and the comparisons we have, we're kind of been the top 3. I say the bond's going good. I think if I could get them on campus one more time with me, that we could get them locked in.
Yeah, I'm recruiting Darian as much as I can on Twitter. That's that. Marlin, Texas is not too far from me. I live in Coppers Cove, which is right outside of Waco. And so when you're talking about kids like Jaden Chapman, Malik Harrison-Pilot, and Darian, they're close to me. They're within 30 miles. So those are the guys I'm probably going to see on Friday nights here in the fall and try to. I like the Central Texas guys as much as, again, we're from Dallas, so I like the Dallas guys. Have a real connection with them. So those are guys that I'm really interested to see this fall. And like I say, Darian's one of those guys like you, has a motor. If he sees a play, he's going to make a play. And so very excited. Yeah, close that deal if you can, man.
Sure.
Hey, so got a ton of basketball players, right? So every lineman that I've talked to, offensive lineman, plays basketball, whether it be Cam Williams, Trevor Gooseby that we had on last week. But a lot of these guys, including yourself, are track guys. And so I found it interesting that you're not a 100 to 200 to 400 again. You're reported as 6 foot 215. But tell us where your current height and weight is now.
My current height is 6'2". I'm currently weighing 225.
6'2", 225. So they need to update their stuff on some of these recruiting services. My man is 6'2" and 225 pounds. And so like I said, going back to that, you're a high jumper, right? Yes. A high jumper and a long jumper.
Yes.
What kind of aspects to your game would you say, or benefits to your game, come from training year round, and especially as a track guy?
I say it helps you get in shape. All the running, it's a big difference with being in track shape and football shape, and a lot of track athletes know what I mean when it comes to that, because you are putting your body through a lot more just because you're always running. And then I say high jump, long jump, it helps me be explosive. And biggest things that you should have as a linebacker, really just being explosive when it comes to hitting and being able to move around.
That's exactly what my thoughts were. Is when you're sprinting down a long jump track and then you fire off at the stick or whatever they call that board down there, that's explosion, right? Whenever you're running up to do a high jump and you got to contort your body and go over that pole, that's explosion. So that's exactly what I see as the benefit in track. And like you say, you're training year round, and it's a different kind of training. Anybody will tell you in a strength and conditioning program that you have to change it up, right? You can't do the same thing because your body gets used to that. And it's just like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So diversifying your training is something that I feel like is very necessary for a football player. And it's just nice to see. And Texas seems to have that model of athlete that they want, is guys that can play full court basketball, linemen that can play defense on the basketball court, can move their feet. In the skill positions like yourself and the receivers, they want track guys. They want guys that are explosive and understand how to cross train. Very, very important. And I agree with you. Anything else you want to say about that track?
Oh man, even just being able to build my speed up, running the 4x4, really running all the relays, and just being able to go compete. Track is a thing you kind of got to face. You lose. It's not like you can't run from it. You have to get out there and go.
Oh, I love it. I love that competitiveness too. And like I say, it definitely shows on the football field. So you made several visits to the campus, to the university. Who was your lead recruiter?
I say Demo, the Marvin Overshown.
Okay. The Marvin Overshown hosted you on your visits. Okay. Your favorite place to visit in Austin? I know you guys go out to steakhouses because I've seen pictures of the plates. I saw that y'all went to the lake and hung out there. What's your favorite place to visit in Austin?
My favorite place, really just being in the facility. It's like the environment of it is real chill. Everybody's welcoming. Everybody takes care of you.
I dig that, and they spent a lot of money on that place.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you got recruited by Ohio State, you got recruited by USC, you got recruited by the be all end all of every major college football program in the country, OU. What would you say sets Texas? I don't know how many visits you took to those places, or unofficial or official, but what sets Texas's that? It's that place where you can hang out, that whether it be a locker room or the dining facility or wherever you guys go. What stands out about Texas?
It's like another home. I'm
Okay.
on campus real comfortable. My family's comfortable, and seeing them let down their guard, it shows a lot to me because they're always protective of me and my siblings. So the fact that they trust coaches that we've just met and been building a bond with, it goes a long way with me.
Absolutely love that. So family atmosphere, and other guys who've been on our show and that we've talked to in the background have told us just that same thing. When they arrived on campus, it wasn't just their position coach that met them. It was the whole coaching staff. It was the whole staff that hung out with them all weekend and told them how they could benefit their son.
Yeah, the entire coaching staff, they interact with you. I'll talk to the entire coaching staff. I could text, hit them up whenever, and if I need anything, they'll take care of me. I could come to them about my other problems away from football, just day-to-day life things.
I love that. So you're, of course, when you get there, you'll be probably coached mostly by Coach Choate and Coach PK, 𝗟𝗞𝗘 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗘. What relationship have you guys established? How long have you guys been talking? How often do they hit you up? And what have they told you about what your role would be when you get there?
I said, me and Choate, we talk every day. Just recruiting, day to life, just checking up on each other and just having conversations. And I said my role is really just coming in, trying to get on the field and learn the defense as fast as I can and adjust to the speed of the game. Me and PK, our bond it's still building, but it's going good. I love his personality. I love everything about him, and it's going to be good.
Okay, so Demo is you've been your host when you've gone on campus. Demo was a converted safety. He played safety at ARP. Remember covering him a couple of years back. I always felt like he needed to move to linebacker. When I saw him in the Under Armour All-American game and how he liked to come downhill, I always felt like that was the position that he was best suited for. It took a couple of coaching staffs and a couple of defensive coordinators to make that move. But 𝗟𝗏 has excelled at that position. And again, talking to Derek Johnson last week, he thinks he's an NFL linebacker. So you got a guy.
I think he's for sure getting drafted. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see how the year goes for him.
And I say that to say you got a good mentor, right? So you got a guy who understands what it is to play in that system. So when you do get down there, you know exactly what your responsibilities are, and and it seems like that's who Texas is looking for. Is it 𝗟𝗏 𝗟𝗏𝗓? Did you play any other positions growing up?
Yes, I played running back a little bit, tight end, wide receiver, a little bit of everything.
Very cool. Yeah, a lot of conversion, right? So again, we had Trevor on last week, and he started out receiver and then grew 3 inches and moved to tight end and grew another 2.5 inches and moved to center. And now he's a 6'8", 285-pound tackle whose dad says he's a shooting guard because he likes to jack up threes on the basketball court. So yeah, very cool. All right, so let's transition to North Crowley, the Panthers, right? So who do you see for the Panthers being the most difficult offensive matchup this year? And you could talk player, you could talk team, you could talk scheme, you could talk system, whatever you think. What do you see as the most challenging offense for you guys this year?
I'll say player-wise, I think Chris G, running back for really just an athlete. He'll get out there at safety, and he'll come hit, especially the game against Trinity. The matchup with him and Ollie Gordon, it was one must watch. I think he's ready.
Nice. So are there any players on North Carolina that you feel are under recruited? Guys that aren't getting scholarship offers, guys that you don't think are getting offered by Power 5 schools, Just this is your opportunity to shout out your teammates that you think are working hard and deserve a shot at the next level.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot. Offense and defense, starting with defense. Nate Henson, Sir Jamian Ross, offense-wise, Chris Poma, Xavier, Alexander, DeJuan Lacey, our quarterback, Chris Jemerson, our other running back, Cornelius Warren. So it's a few that should have a breakout year.
That sounds like a bunch of athletes, man. That sounds like a DeSoto West team where you got everybody going D1 on both sides of the football, and that's iron sharpens iron, right? So those running backs that challenge you, those tight ends that challenge you at this level are only going to make you better. You know this, are only going to make you better at the next level. And I can't wait for you to get on campus. Are you an early enrollee, or are you looking to come in next fall?
I plan to come early.
Okay. So an early enrollee, absolutely. Get there, get the playbook in your hand, and start making plays. So we'll see you in the spring game next year.
Yes, sir.
Exciting. Well, S'Maje, I really, really appreciate you coming on with us today. Again, you're our second 23 commitment to come on with us, and I think we're going to get a couple more on the show before this thing is done. Any final words for our audience before you take off? Really appreciate your time again.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll say hook 'em. If it ain't Texas, it ain't.
You absolutely right. And hook 'em to you. Thank you guys for watching Texas Football Talk. Again, another special commitment edition. You can find us at TX Football Talk on Twitter, at Texas Football Talk on Instagram, and at Texas Football Talk on Facebook. Thanks for joining us, and hook 'em.
Yes, sir.